Alright. Time for more Spikeout. Week 3. Back to Battle Street mode itself. Again, still on easy, still have continues. All stages. This time we're going to be focusing on getting a different route this time, one that actually takes us to the shipyard proper.
Select a fighter.
Okay, we've done Spike Jr., who's alright. We've done Minhwa, who is fantastic. And now we're moving on to Jackal. Let's see, what we got for colors? Yeah, we'll go with that. Alright, so
Spiker's camp. How to see the map.
the route for tonight, assuming it goes as I expect it to,
Gate. Player.
it should be obviously going all the way through here first. And then once we get to Diesel Town, I'm going to... Well, actually, I'm still not entirely sure what route I'm going to take to it. I know I'm not going to end it in the same...
Break the gate.
Okay. Let's just get the gate open. But yeah, I feel like there's technically... I feel like there's got to be like at least 2 more places in Diesel Town that you can end a stage. I kind of want to like go for like a route that I've never like done or seen people go for, just because I feel that like I don't really see that many people go for it. Alright. That strat still works, generally.
Special item.
Yeah. Although, definitely a bit harder to, I think, chain these combos, like, together the same way you could with Minhwa. Yeah, look at that. Like, even only the first hit of, like, the charge combo seems to be worth anything. Yeah. Yeah, this dude's already... Already, Jackal seems to be the kind of character that's more about, like, the short combos and, like, really efficient hits. Alright, come on. Let's actually still try something. I don't know. I guess I'm releasing a bit too early that I'm still technically getting a level 2 charge instead of 3. But yeah, just like even like the animations and properties for like some of his like moves are definitely weird, especially noticeable with like the running. Like check like when I do like the light jump plus charge when running. Like yeah, like this dude like almost exclusively I don't even think uses his like feet whatsoever. This guy is all upper body. Oh well. Yeah, obviously I'm already like way more into like playing as Minhwa by comparison to this, but I don't know. He seems pretty tough enough. That level 4 charge is pretty dope when you get it off. Okay. Let's keep going. Yeah. And like I honestly don't know even in that case like if it's always been like that or if like or if I'm realizing now that like maybe Jackal's like sweep seems to be like larger in like the range that it hits all around.
Here comes the boss.
Yeah, but it's... Hold on. Yeah, it's like even more reliant on you being able to like get this dude into a corner. There we go. I almost forgot. I was almost forgetting, like, which button I need to press in order to, like, switch to, like, a person's backside once I grabbed them, and I was, like, realized I was trying to press jump beforehand before realizing, oh, wait, you can only jump with them grabbed if you're grabbing from behind. I guess that's one thing that I wish was kind of different about Spikeout. Admittedly, as, like, great as, like, this system is in general, it is pretty specific about what you can and can't do to enemies when you have them in a grab. It only seems weird just because there's, like, enough flexibility and, like, ways to improvise between characters as far as, like, how you juggle enemies. With some characters like Minwa being, like, especially good at it, whereas it feels like Jackal's really not suited for it unless he's got them, like, backed into a corner at, like, the perfect angles. Yeah, because otherwise it's like, that's really the best I can get as far as a consistent combo. Yeah, like, even that. Because it's not a kick, I think it's, like, yeah. Despite being, like, the same inputs, they do change up the hitboxes based on the type of attack it is, and naturally, because he's using his upper body, the hitbox from the attack doesn't hit low. The sweep does, but yeah, like, the, like, those level 3 charge to juggle into light jump kick isn't really doable with this guy just because he does, like, a rising elbow. Yeah. Even Spike Jr., by comparison, I'm pretty sure is, like, more flexible with the combo potential than Jackal is. Unsurprisingly, he really is meant to be more like the analog to White from the original cast of Spikeout, who I feel like was also, like, kind of in a similar situation where if you saw people playing as him, they weren't really doing it to try and, like, milk combo points from juggles, because he probably wasn't especially built for it. Ah. Even that... Yeah. Like even jump plus beat, I'm pretty sure, like, there also has to be, like, kind of what I was theorizing last time, that there are, like, different, like, jumping ranges between the characters, which made it feel like Minwa is, like, tracked from a much farther distance than it looks like Jackal's does. Fight. Yeah. Jeez, even only 2 hits from that. There we go. Okay, I wasn't meaning to do that exactly, but whatever. Jeez, I missed entirely. Ow! Fucker. Got him. Come on, chase after me. No. All right. Now for the last battle of this stage. Good old Phoenix. Let's get into it. Too early. Ah, damn. Ah, I was trying to do that. Damn it. Okay, hold on. Gotta back off, do this. Old faithful. Bait the level 4s. No, no. Oh my god. Ow. What were you even doing? Oh. Oh, Battle Street. I know I'd like to say I missed your camera, but that would be a huge lie. I wish it was not in this game, or as bad as it is in this. Jesus, man.
Special item.
Ah. Oh, that's actually a good back attack. I just want to stun you.
Watch yourself.
Okay. This should finish you. There we go.
Clear.
Not an elegant finish.
Oh, what's next?
Oh, well. Alright. Spiker's camp down, obviously.
Go to the next
So...
stage, Diesel Town.
Alright, I think I know which route I'm going to take. So, we'll see how this ends up.
Player.
Because there feasibly has to be only two other routes this can go in order to end, since there are no bonus games like in the actual arcade original. And the idea is that once we get to the fight with Victor, you know, where we get like the split path, I'm gonna take the right gate to the street just outside the basketball court.
Gate. Special item.
Because I think I'm a bit tired of like going through that same sewer route after like 2 straight weeks. Even though I know I'm gonna have to go through there like again next time, because I'm positive I know exactly the kind of route I need to take. Yeah, that's like a more efficient looking kind of version of like the back throw that Spike Jr. already has. Or maybe not. It feels like it's faster, but... yeah, see, that's what I mean. I feel like it's even more... Your combo potential as Jackal is entirely hinging on whether you can actually keep an enemy that you got juggled against the wall or corner. I feel like with Minwa, you had like a bit more flexibility to keep things going even without a corner if you just chained like your combo button attacks correctly. Alright. Yeah, because that's really... Yeah, I mean, like that... Yeah, that's... Like, the sweep is really, like, the best option I got. Ah. And of course it had to only be a side grab. Oh, fucker. Why are you... I'm trying to do, like, the special grab. There we go.
Watch yourself.
No, no, get off me. Thank you.
Life's up.
All right. Nice. Yeah, so that throw, I feel like if I get a boss position in like against the wall or corner, I think... No, actually, I don't think it's... Even though it still throws the enemy, it doesn't look like it worked quite the same as Spike Jr.'s. Spike Jr. and Spike seem to be the only characters I've seen so far where their special throw against the wall actually does work with like a level 4 charge follow-up. Okay, up the stairs. Ah. I'm never good at, like, timing those high running jump attacks. I always just, like, miss the timing or positioning. Okay. Okay. No, there might actually be something if I just... Alright. Yeah. Okay, I guess like in Jackal's case, there might be like some worth to making more use of like those like heavy jump plus charge attacks. Although that's... Ah. Alright. Why did that jump not... Why did the kick not come out? Ah. Okay, so I guess trying to fit that into combos is still kind of finicky and really only supported based on like what environment you're doing it in. Oh, come on. Alright, here comes Victor. Alright. Yo, nice! There we go. Oh yeah, yeah. Like it doesn't keep him up in the air long enough. It doesn't matter like whether he was to, even if he was to hit a wall at close range, it wouldn't have mattered. All right. Cool. All right.
All right.
We'll go through here now. I'm going to assume I can access like the basketball court this way or something, and that counts as like an early end. But no, I feel like it's like the Muay Thai duo or whatever it is. Like beating them in either of like their two main locations, I think, is like what determines like the version of the Astral Mall that you go to. From the arcade game, at least from what I remember, if it's Randolph, I think it is. Randolph or Curtis, he's like a really like fat dude in army fatigues that like once you fight him, like in specific areas, I think that's when you go to the Shipyard. Okay, come on. Wow. Okay. There we go. Oh. I love it in a good beat 'em up when you're just able to like knock dudes into each other and it actually has a reaction. Hold on. Can I see what... Yep. Okay. Okay, I'm surprised actually. The basketball court does get blocked off. You can't go in there on this route. Makes sense. Yeah, and it definitely feels different because of like the fact that it's still raining. You go through the sewers, like the rain subsides after a while. Yeah. That really is still just like the best short combo that Jackal has. I mean, like, it's either that or, you know, like, just getting in a punch, punch, punch wherever you can. But, like, only like a 3-beat combo instead of, like, 4, 5, or 6 seems to work. Unless they're backed into a wall. Otherwise, the sweep just seems really good. If only because of the benefit that it hits around you pretty well. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. We fight these dudes in here this time. That's interesting. Oh! Nice. Ow! Ow! Rude! That strategy would have worked if a dude hadn't just tried to, like, freaking... Oh, my God. Okay. Now let's see if this works. Yeah. Oh, my God! Oh, my... Yes! Okay. I still survived. Which might actually be the first time, considering all the other times I fought them. Like, as Spike Jr. and Minwall, I'm pretty sure I died on their encounters at least once. Like, they're mean, but now that I've got a better handle of, like habits and muscle memory with the systems, I think I can do this. Yeah, that full beat combo really only works if you got them against the wall, which is such a shame. And just the constant lack of, like, a lot of really useful, like, juggling tools to keep enemies afloat with, like, button combos. Oh my God, camera. At some point, I might as well just, like, stop complaining. Not because it means that, like, I should just accept that it's what it is and it's fine. It's just more, like, complaining about it at this juncture when it's, like, well past when the game first released is, like, a futile, like, effort. Like, I'm basically just channeling a broken record at that point. Like, what does it fucking matter? That's still annoying when it does not update the position fast enough. Alright, 9 hits. That's fine. Now then. Where's this last dude? Oh, wow. Jeez, people are just still spawning in, but, like, they're pathfinding. Wow. Wow, that was some hardcore dyslexia. No. Pathfinding. No idea how it ended up like that, but, like...
Here comes the boss.
Okay. Alright. Alright, yeah, so this normal dude's Curtis. The fat one is Randolph. Randolph is basically the end boss for, like, the routes you want to take if you're going to the shipyard. So yeah, we are on the right track. Both of these are effectively going to end up, like, at the same spot that I'm familiar with from, like, watching so many Japanese players do speedruns of Spikeout Final Edition because it's the most time-efficient route. Well, not this one I'm taking specifically. It's actually one that comes from, like, you going into the sewers. And after you have your fight with Huey, Dewey, and Louie, you take, like, the staircases up instead of going through the warehouse. Alright, there we go. Cool. Still raining here, I'm surprised. Yeah, so now We got this side. Yeah. You know what it is, actually, that's kind of reminding me now of, like, how deceptively different, like, characters in Spikeout can end up feeling? It reminds me of, like, when I tried playing as Linda in, like, Final Edition. And it's, like, the fact that her main attacks are all kicks instead of punches actually does a lot to, like, change up, like, the way her combos, like, work more than you realize. Because her beat attacks are all kicks, and her 3-hit charge combo, level 1 charges, are all punches, you know? But because of what I noted, where it's like, you get different hitboxes based on, like, whether or not, like, it's like a punch or a kick, you know, something that would, like, likely hit high or low. Like, that changes things considerably. Oh my god, come on. God, his sweep is so good. And please stop dashing when I don't want to, because I'm clearly not intending to double tap when I do it. Dude, like, seriously, again, what the fuck? Alright, here are the bosses. Alright. Expend as much of these as I can. No! Oh my god! Luckily, my charge has some good range, and these dudes don't do a... These dudes just, like, comboed me. You saw that. Fucking threw me into his buddy and then proceeded to hit me for a couple times. I didn't even think the AI was smart enough to realize that. Oh my god. Ah! Nice. Good. I'll take it. There we go. Now we go up here, and this is where we'll fight Randolph. And then we'll be taken to the shipyard, which will ideally be a different part of the shipyard than we would have if we were to go into the sewers and still go up these stairs. Again, a lot of my guesses are still based entirely on what I remember from messing around in, like, Spikeout Final Edition and watching a whole lot of Japanese players just, like, doing, like, 1cc's and, like, speed runs of the game. Okay. Take that. So far, still no deaths. I think now I'm taking it more as a sign that, like, my general skill has improved, at least with, like, as far as, like, knowing what to expect on the easy difficulty. You know, and how best to kind of deal with them, like, as far as general strategies go, not just specific ones that you can manage, like, that are tuned to certain characters. Alright.
Here comes the boss.
Alright, let's do this. This freak. Alright, let's go. Alright. Ah, that didn't work. Oh! No, you don't. Oh yeah, I gotta be careful whether I get too close to him because he has a clap that he can do that like paralyzes you. Oh my god.
Watch yourself.
Dude. No, no, I am not gonna die to you, asshole. Oh, oh. Woo. That got real close. I'm not gonna lie. I guess I'm not so used to like fighting Randolph in this particular location as opposed to the
next stage.
as opposed to the warehouse. All right, here we are, Shipyard. Stage 3. I wish during this part it would say like Stage 3 or A or 3B just to signify like which version it is. But I think this might be is either A or B. But yeah, this already looks either familiar or different compared to what I recall seeing from what people played like in Final Edition. I don't know. It depends, I suppose. There. Ah. There we go. Oh man, I didn't do the sweep soon enough. Oh, and he's too heavy for it to actually work. Yeah. Jackal, the character you ideally want to play if all you care about is just like some really meaty short combos and good safe tactics. Actually, maybe just for this, maybe I should... No, because level 2 charge for like the uppercut still has like that delay from when you land. The whole point of level 3 is that you don't get lifted up in the air as you do that uppercut. Get off! There! Yeah. Weight is still a matter of importance sometimes. Oh my god! Dude! Dude, let me just fucking grab this. Alright, there. We'll take it. Tomahawk. Nice. Got him. Okay. Probably... I have no idea why I didn't get the front grab, but I still made it out. No deaths. No deaths so far. That might change since we're now like in an area that I've not really had enough time to run through or get familiar with.
Fight.
Yeah. Man, now I'm gonna be very curious. Like after this. Like, I'm probably going to have to, like, load up the Battle Speed mode again, but this time just only select the Shipyard stage that I think this is, just to confirm whether this is A or B. Yeah. Oh. How did I miss? Asshole. Ten-hit combo. Yeah. It's amazing what the power of, like, corner trapping foes can get you. There we go. I was not running in that direction, dude. I was not intending that. Alright. Okay. There. Let's keep going. God, I wish I knew for sure, like, which route this was that, like, I've normally seen in, like, Final Edition. But I think that would require, like, this game's color palette to actually match how the arcade game looked. Because I feel like this could be any part of it, considering how much they, like, hammer in, like, the gray and brownish realistic shit in this game. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of tough as well, because I'm pretty sure regardless of which route you take, much like in Astro Mall, I think you're more like more or less guaranteed the exact same bosses. Which I guess is, like, unsurprising, like, considering how many, like, boss enemies they made for this game. They kind of, I guess there was a point where they didn't want the... that they wouldn't want characters to be, like, facing stuff that is, like, completely different and 100% exclusive. Ah! Alright, we'll do it this way. That still managed to get her, even though I was clearly, like, not aiming directly for her. I'll take it. Oh my god! Ugh! Alright. That's Kitty down. Gotta be very careful! Oh my god, no! Oh my god, life's up. When I needed it the most. That is so good. Ah! Damn you. Wow, Kitty and Lisa are, like, the surprisingly most fair bosses I think the game throws at you, because I don't think they've done any sort of, like, combo break on me where they get that gold flash. They just got some real tricky kick moves. That's all. That's all they got. Sweep, sweep, sweep. There we go. Yeah. Sweep this, motherfucker. Take that. Yeah. 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 What you got?
Here comes the boss.
All right. There we go. No, 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 no. Oh man, I didn't mean to spend that last special, but whatever, that's fine. That was honestly a pretty good run. All right.
Fight.
Yeah, and that was only the mid-boss of this section. Imagine that. Oh wait, now that I think about it, because I remember briefly like checking it out on Spike Jr.'s like week of this stream series. I think this might have been like the A side of the Shipyard. Because this part is now starting to feel extra familiar. And I know also like from like the routes I've normally seen taken on Final Edition that I don't think they had like this part in their routes. All right. All right, come on, get over here. All right. Okay. Oh, I guess that's actually the other thing I never quite realized is that is like when you use the level 3 charge as like the finishing move, that does launch them. Oh my god, people. Just let me get out of here, fucker! Oh my god! Oh my... Please. No, no. Oh, great. First KO of the game. God damn it.
Continue.
Never seen this game before. Through the aesthetic immediately has me nostalgic. Yeah. Yeah, that's OG Xbox for you. OG Xbox Sega era. Ah. Let me just focus on getting these two. Oh my. How's it going tonight? It's going. Yeah. Yeah, this character is definitely, I'm not entirely sure how I feel about him, like, compared to, like, the last two just yet. Or at least, like, I should probably focus first on just making sure I just get these two taken care of, because they're proven to be a real hassle. Alright, but that's at least the first one. There. Okay. Yeah, so far this is like the third character I'm doing like a full run-through of the game with.
Clear.
And already the one that like I used last week, Minwa, I think was my favorite thus far. Just because of like her combo potential is really fun. Gate broken. Yes, it did get broke. Yeah, Minwa is just like real easy to use if you want to like have like more flexibility in combo options that aren't entirely hinging on whether or not you got a dude in the corner, which I feel is like the thing that like really hampers Jackal by comparison, because his regular 6-hit combo on a juggled enemy is always gonna like drop the opponent after the third hit, until like unless they're against the wall. Yeah, the sailors do know how to get down. You can tell that this is an arcade beat 'em up. It's like every manner of profession, no matter who it is, they are down to beat the ever-loving crap out of you. Yeah, and these dudes are just, they are not letting up. Ow. Yeah, that's right. An important thing to never forget when playing this: the big fat enemies are ones that, like, if you try and do a back throw on them, it's gonna damage you because their weight is just gonna like crush you. Oh my. You're even beating up Mary? Yeah. I mean, it's not just like those names. There's like even names that like when you read them, it becomes very clear that like they left it as is because like the Japanese developers that made those names like fell into the usual like there's no difference between L's and R's. So when you see a character you're fighting who's clearly supposed to be named Grace but is called Glace, that's how you know. All right.
Here comes the boss.
Rip Glace. Yo, Madam Gata, leader of the Cayman Army. Hey, thanks for like actually stopping by. Oh, no. Oh, wow. Oh my god, I got a magic pixel. Yeah. Oh, second KO. God.
Continue.
Okay, it's probably hard to see on the feed, but it's like Jackal looks like so stone-faced lying there. It's like his eyes aren't even closed. He's like, what have I done with my life? Yeah, whatever. We're getting back up. Oh, man. Oh, wow. And I'm even, like, noticing, like, the game's just, like, not maintaining, like, a constant 60 FPS, like, during this section for whatever reason. That's weird. Oh, well. Yeah. I'm already getting the sense that the Shipyard is like the harder level 3 stage compared to the Astro Mall. That's it might also part of it be because of like the characters I'm using. But even then I felt like as Spike Jr. I was having a better time like holding my own against some of these bosses. Oh my god, is she gonna kill me like twice in the same fight? No! No. Okay. Game looks familiar. It's called Spikeout Battle Street. It is the console-only sequel to the arcade 3D beat-em-up by Sega called Spikeout.
Smart choice.
Made by one Toshihiro Nagoshi, creator of a little series you may have known called Yakuza. Okay.
Area 4.
God. That area was embarrassing. Real Yakuza vibes for sure, yeah. Better yet, at least for my money, this particular like game, its combat, better than any of the Yakuzas. Gotta say, the animations remind me of God Hand. Yeah, God Hand's pretty good. It didn't come out the same year this game did, though. Like, Battle Street predated God Hand by, like, a whole year. But this is also, to add to it, this is one of those games that I use as further proof that the original Xbox was just the Dreamcast 2. Because Spikeout is the Sega series, and a lot of the games that they put out on the OG Xbox felt a lot like the sort of thing they would have gotten to doing on Dreamcast had they not exited the console business. Yeah. Like the thing that makes me like say this is like better than Yakuza Combat is that it's like the actual act of like punching dudes, like removed from like any concept of gimmicks. I think it makes a lot of a stronger case. Yakuza, like, the games as a whole have always been, like, I think a lot more appealing when you look at all the environmental interactions and QTEs, you know, and how, like, they cram all the ridiculous hype stuff in that. Yeah. Yeah, the arcade roots shines through very clearly with this. You know, whereas this with like by comparison to like the Yakuza games, it's very much like the act of like punching and being able to do legitimate juggles on enemies is something that is like it definitely gives it like a different feel compared to like other 3D Sega beat 'em ups. Yeah. Are there any feel the heat moments? Only when I do something like this. Well, no, that whiffed. Hold on. Yeah, that when I do that full charge attack, that is basically the closest you get as just far as like, yeah, yeah, it does count. Yeah, you don't have a heat meter, but you do have a charge meter, which can charge up to like 4 different levels. Yes, sorry, Glace. Your time is over. But yeah, so like with the charge moves, if you just tap it in a sequence, you get like a 3-hit combo. If you charge it up to level 2, you get a juggle. 3, you get a stun, and then 4, you get that big fuck off punch, and it's beautiful. Okay. And of course, sometimes the game will overwhelm you to the point that sometimes you just gotta, like, stand back and just spam the hell out of these level 4 charges. Or the specials. Jeez, man. Yeah. Yeah, Spikeout, it's a fantastic beat 'em up. There are people out there that are good enough to, like, 1cc it on the hardest difficulty. But it also knows it's an arcade game. And it knows when to go, shut up, I'm taking your money. Yeah. Ow, there's like 15 guys. Freaking special attack token is just like running away from me. That is absurd. Ow. Ow, that did not aim correctly. Yeah, also to add further to like the arcadey feel of this is that, oh yeah, it should also mention like with that power-up, it wasn't actively running away from me, it's just because this is a slanted environment that like, that's when, oh my fucking lord. Yeah, this stage is ruining me real bad. And I don't entirely know for sure if that's like a result of it being like because of the character I'm using or the stage is just that mean. Okay, come on. Oh. Man, I'm having such a hard time getting my hits in on this dude because it's like his anchor swing, he doesn't do it just once, he does it twice. And it's strong enough that, like, it powers through any super armor I have on my super punch. Oh, what was that?
Oh, what's next?
I killed him, but he was like, no, not without taking your pride. He got you at the end. Yeah, well, I still had the health, like, life lead, all things considered. That was rough. All right. Here we go. Final stage, the Imperial Opera. At least this time, compared to the last character I played, where I had like a good number of like game overs from the timer running out. I haven't had that happen yet as Jackal. Makes me want to play the bouncer again. Oh man, I gotta find the time to do like a full 3-character playthrough of that fucking thing on stream. I did it on, no joke, I did it on emulator, which should be impossible, but I did have my DualShock 3 with me, and PCSX2 has a plugin that like allows you to use the pressure sensitivity on the DualShock 3's buttons. So like I've done it before, I kind of know the general strategy, and I could probably do it again for real, like on OG hardware, because God, the bouncer is so nuts. Ko, Xion, Volt. I want to know what the heck the game's story was. Yeah, you like the only way you knew the story of the bouncer is if you actually had the gumption to play through it as all 3 characters. All right. But yeah, this game's real fun. The only thing that I kind of lament about it is that like it's not Final Edition, which was the arcade game that like all these levels and characters come from. And because there are like certain things about Final Edition that this game does not do, whether it's by choice or by like accident. There's the lady that turned into a panther. She was my favorite. yeah, everyone remembers the panther lady. Chaldea was her name. Oh my... Dude. Alligator. Yeah, some of these names get real silly. I assure you, though, that alligator has no affiliation to the Cayman Army, so do not feel bad. Wait, are you kidding? I just noticed, like, one of the health up items got stuck in the freaking, like, hedge maze. I couldn't even pick it up if I wanted to because it had clipped out of the geometry. I don't even think that sort of thing happened in the arcade original. At least I've never seen anyone end up with that. That was ridiculous. Oh yeah, that's right. I guess this still does the thing that you can technically do in the like in the arcade game, where I think like if you get it just right, you can actually knock them back into the hedge maze, and that counts as instantly killing them. Because that's technically like out of bounds. God! Wow.
Continue.
Yeah, this is getting rough. I think it's clear now that because this stage is the same as it is when you do any other playthrough of this. Like, stage 3 is one where you have 2 possible stages you could go to based on a path you take. You can either go to a place called Astro Mall, or you go to a place that you saw me in, which was the Shipyard. And both the Astro Mall and Shipyard have 2 variants, so you basically have 4 routes you can take in stage 2 that take you to like a different stage 3. Stage 4, meanwhile, is exactly the same. And I know what to expect now from the Imperial Opera. I think it's now proven, as a matter of fact, that, like, Jackal is clearly not my main. Why is he late to the Opera House? He, Spike Jr., Minhwa, and Fiona, secret codename Arkfang for reasons, are all late to the Opera House because there is some Russian douchebag named Mikhail that we need to kill real bad. The whole story of Spikeout is that like a small gang known as Team Spike has to go up against Team Inferno led by Mikhail because they're trying to like do a takeover of this island.
Watch yourself.
Yeah. There we go. All right. Woo. Got it. So far, no time overs, though, thankfully. So it's just a matter of I keep getting overwhelmed with enemies that I can't punch my way out fast enough. Chicken. Immediately just makes me think of, like, Tekken Force. Just whenever I hear chicken. Oh my... Puma! God, turn around. Nice. Oh, man. Fuck. Man, I've already lost track of, like, how many times I've died in this run. All of them started in freaking Shipyard, of all things. I didn't have this kind of trouble going through Diesel Town, so it's like... Clearly, the halfway point is Jackal kind of turns into a nightmare, because I don't have the combo potential I was used to with, like, Minhwa. It's all downhill from the Shipyard. Yes, it is. There we go. Okay. Take out Hornet. Or at least separate him. There we go. Got him. Now then. So now I'm going to test something because... Yeah, okay. Yeah, the map confirmed it. So I made a statement last stream where I erroneously thought that they had, like, nixed an entire, like, side path that I was wanting to go to last stream, but realized that the reason I couldn't get to it is because I had, like, gone to the wrong door. But as it turns out, like, the reason why is because, like, the entrance to it is to the right of the Opera House and not the left. The left is a door that, like, summons, like, a secret boss. You go. What happens when you don't open the gate in 30 seconds? You go home in embarrassment. Yeah. All this time limit stuff, admittedly, is like just a huge holdover from the fact this was an arcade game, and they need to be like, "Yo, don't waste time, or we're gonna take your money." Which, honestly, more games, I think. Well, actually, no, I'm not gonna finish that sentence because games are already doing enough scummy things to take your money. But having time limits like these, even though they make no sense in a console game, I kind of wish more of them did have this, because it's kind of... It gives it a certain nostalgic flavor you don't see otherwise. Ooh, OTG'd him. It didn't juggle, but that's fine. Alright. Dark Souls with a time limit would make me so mad. Yeah, maybe not necessarily for something like Dark Souls. But I think for something where it's like, if the goal is that you're trying to, like, evoke something that is like an arcade experience, you might as well put your money where your mouth is and be like, alright, here's the timer. Do it. Jeez. Wow, that was a very small life sup. Whatever. The opera drives one mad. I mean, these are all thugs, technically. These are all cronies that are working for Mikhail of Team Inferno. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant Team Neo Inferno because that's an important distinction to make. This is technically a sequel to oh god, this is the worst situation I could have asked for because now all 3 of these bosses are aggroed. Like no self-respecting Spikeout player actually does this. They try and get one at a time. I made a huge mistake just lingering in that spot. Okay. This looks like what I want a fighting force to be. Yeah, this game is like, I feel what a lot of 3D beat-em-ups really wish I wish they were. There's a Spikeout community? Yeah. Unsurprisingly, most of them are Japanese. But they're very passionate. Like no joke, if you just search Spikeout, like any of the Spikeout games on YouTube, like chances are you're going to come across a lot of videos that are from like YouTube channels run by like Japanese players. All right. So here it is. This is the door that I missed last time. This gives me like a side passage as opposed to like going in through the main gate. And I think should also lead to like its own bosses at the same time. Again, if you want to like know the context for like the past 2 playthroughs I've done, like you can check the VODs I've uploaded on my YouTube channel. They're even in their own playlist just because I found like a stream series that is worth having its own separate playlist from like the usual like yearly archive. All right. Okay. And got him. Leo, that's what the stage map said. Oh god, yeah. God damn it. Thanks for giving me something I can't unsee, Arcane. Yeah, raw. Alright. Oh, wow. Okay. That just straight up, like... Okay, so I did, like, my level 4 charge. And, like, I did my, like, jumping fist attack. And it actually, like, I guess I hit the enemy in just the right spot that, like, it actually OTG'd her off the ground. Like, that's insane. Like, that's what I love about this. There's, like, a great sense of, like, fighting game-esque tech that you can just, like, come across, which leads into why this combo, this combo system and the fighting feels so good at a core level. You know, because again, like, this is better than Yakuza. This is better than Dynamite Deca, which is, like, surprised me because I absolutely love Dynamite Deca, aka Dynamite Die Hard Arcade, because that's what it came out as in the US for the first game, because the whole conceit was very much like a Die Hard parody. Alright, come on. Yeah. The Dynamite Deca games are really something. It's actually the sort of thing where I think if you look at those games, you can see even more of an obvious, influence in Yakuza. Because there's a lot of emphasis on, like, picking up stuff in the environment and just beating the shit out of people with it. Which is admittedly like a thing that you do a lot of in Yakuza because it's very efficient to do. Not to mention, like, there's also QTEs, technically. So, yeah. All the more reason where it's like, I'll admit, like, I don't mean this necessarily as like a huge offense towards Yakuza, but it did surprise me, like, once I played Spikeout for the first time and got a feel for what the combat was like, and noticed that Nagoshi was the one who made it, I was like, how the hell was this man not able to make the combat in Yakuza anywhere as good as this? Like, it... That's fucking damage!
Smart choice.
Yeah, at this point, I'm pretty sure the amount of deaths I'm accruing as Jackal are either... They're approaching the amount of deaths that I had as Spike Jr., or they have surpassed it, I think. Like, I'm definitely feeling the desire to, like, use another character that is, like, more in line with my, with what I'm used to. I don't even think it's really a matter of, like, the... I really do not think it's actually a matter of, like, the environments. Like, yeah, obviously, like, the environments have you running around a whole lot, but fighting systems are the sort of thing where, like, they really can work almost regardless of, like, how you design the environment. It all comes down to, like, hit effects and feedback, and also just the way that, like, attack properties interact with the enemies, especially if it's in ways that, like, give you a sense that it promotes, like, player expression. Like, that's the core thing that, like, makes, like, people that love fighting games love them the way they do. And by extension, same goes for, like, character action games. You know, like, the Devil May Cry's and Bayonettas and Ninja Gaiden's. God Hand as well. Whereas it's like, I never really felt, like, that Yakuza on any of their games, except maybe with Yakuza 0. Just because I think by that point, like, that was, like, some of the best that they had gotten in terms of, like, animation and feedback that the series had at that point. But most of the other games, like, they definitely trade more on the fact that they have, like, those heat moves with the QTEs and, like, environmental interactions. Like, that's how they compensated for it. And I guess because Yakuza as well, they also have, like, a lot of other content that they need to do anyway, which I understand. And they have to, like pump it out, like, at a pretty efficient pace as well. You know, there's a ton of those games. They were able to, like, make a very efficient, like, dev process that I think for a while they were able to, like, put out some manner of Yakuza game, be it mainline or spin-off, like, basically one per year for a while. Like, especially during the, like, PS3 era. I think, like, once they made Kenzan, like, 3, 4, Dead Souls, and 5 were basically all a year apart from each other in Japan. So yeah, there's obviously, like, a lot of priorities, but I'm just kind of surprised that, like, because of decisions that were ultimately made about, like, how combat in Yakuza works, that they couldn't really, like, make it... They couldn't spare a couple of programmers to try and get back to, like, what they had with an arcade game that technically, like, started back in 1998. Think about this for a moment, actually. Spikeout was a 3D arcade beat-em-up where you could actually do multiplayer by linking up 3 other cabinets, you know, and then it was in 1998 on the Model 3, which was, like, the most advanced 3D arcade graphics board at the time. And it had a lock-on button. Like, that's how I'm actually, like, landing these combos. Like, just straight up, like part of the game's control scheme is that you have a button that is called shift, and it lets you, like focus your direction on an enemy and circle around them. They had the same idea for this shit, like, during the year that Ocarina of Time came out. The game that pioneered, like, freaking, like, Z targeting. Imagine that. And most people were obviously not aware of this because, like, well, like, how often were you going to come across this game in arcades as opposed to just getting a copy of Ocarina of Time for Christmas? I love how everyone else has trouble with it. Yeah. Ow. Oh my god. Alright. Oh my god. Triple bossing it again. Yeah. Again, it's like, I'm not familiar with this route. This is actually my first time playing through it in any capacity. I've only ever seen, like, people play through this way, but most other times I just take the safer route, which is normally going through the, where I go through, like, the main entrance. But yeah, at this point, it's like, my chances of having any sort of good score are obviously, like, long past, so I'm just gonna take all my deaths. I'm just gonna, like, pretend that I have all of the money in the world to spend on tokens, and I do not give a shit. Oh my god. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, like, the thing is like, I say I prefer not to use him, but that's only because I've done, like, enough, like, minutes spent on this playthrough to finally form an opinion. The idea behind this series, the reason why I'm doing it this way is because, like, there are 13 main characters in this game, and I wanted to challenge myself with, like, creating some kind of, like, recurring content, you know? Because most of my streams are just, I decide on the game that I'm going to do a playthrough of on stream, and once the playthrough's done, I move on to the next. Yeah, 13 main characters. Like, the 13th one is technically, like, a hidden bonus that is just, like, an alternate version of one of the main characters. But yeah, that's more or less, that's 3 times the amount of characters you had in the arcade game. You only had 4 to choose from there. Like, you get the team of, like, the new generation, like, combat kids in this game. You get the original 4 characters from the arcade original, and you get the villain team. So you get to play as, like, the final boss. Super Saiyan Minhwa. No, it's not Minhwa. It's an alternate of Fiona, who's going to be next week's character, who I'm very interested to see how that character shakes out, because her primary attacks are all kick-based. And as I noted earlier on, it's like, Jackal's main thing is that, aside from, like, this particular move that I did, that large jumping attack that looks like it came out of Virtua Fighter, he doesn't use his feet in any of his attacks. Like what I just did there is if you simply tap charge and jump, which is supposed to be the light jump kick, but here he just does a rising elbow. Yeah, it's like, yeah, when you're a game that is made by someone who worked at Sega AM2, you expect that lineage to be on display. Again, kind of all the more weird reason why it's like, Yakuza's combat doesn't fit that, but I digress. They at least have Club Sega, where you can play a bunch of, like, old Sega arcade games, including Virtua Fighter, so it counts. The Americans are too good for kicks. That's Balrog. That's fair. Yeah. Meanwhile, it's like, yeah, Fiona, her deals that her main attacks are all are like kicks. I think her 3-hit charge combo is punches, so it's basically an inverse of what most characters have anyway, where they just do where their regular 6-hit combo are punches, and then the 3-hit heavy charge are all kicks. And then, of course, you have Minhwa, who is like, hey, what if we gave this girl, like, Akira's moveset from Virtua Fighter? And it's as amazing as you expect it to be. Seriously, I fucking love that character. Like, I had so much fun playing as her. Like, she's already at the top of the list as far as, like, characters that I want to, like, replay with. Once I finish, like, this initial run-through of the series, where I go through all the main characters. Alright. So far, these guys ain't too bad. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Straight up. Like, you do her level 4 charge move, it is straight up a Tetsuzanko. And even one of her win poses, like when you break the gate, is straight up the exact same as one of, like, Akira's, like, old school win poses from, like, Virtua Fighter 2 or something, where he does, like, a quick, like, a double jump kick and then breathes out. Yeah. Also, here's Stroheim with bladed Tonfas. Never mind the obvious, like, red armband. Working our way through the through the Stein family. Just you wait. Yeah, it's kind of a big yikes. Oh my god. Gotta say, at the end of the day, like, as far as, like, those, like, special grabs that you can do, oh god, yes! Yes! The core fighting may be good, but that doesn't preclude the ability to just pick up stuff in the environment and hit them with it. Yes, it literally is art. Okay, good. Oh my god. Yeah. Alright. Come on, and yes! You're stuck in the corner. What are you gonna do, man? Oh. Okay, I guess that. He didn't drop anything. Who cares? Oh, man. Getting near the end, though.
Area 5.
Oh, what's next?
Ooh. I gotta say, though, what was I getting at? Oh, yeah, that's right. It's like the grab special that you do, where you grab an opponent and you press beat, charge, and jump, which is how you use up, like, those lightning bolt, like, icons. Those are, like, your invincible 360 specials. You know? And, like, when you use those when you have an enemy grab, that's how you get, like, those very long spinning grabs. I will say, so far it's holding true of the characters I played. Like, the best special grab that any character has is both Spike and Spike Jr. Because when he throws them, they actually stay up in the air just long enough that you can buffer in a level 4 charge to just hit them with while they can't do anything. Okay, come on. I'm trying to get a good angle. Ooh. Wow, that just killed all three at once. Hell yes. Man, so many Tonfas. I don't blame them. Tonfa's a great weapon. Are these games that I grew up with? Absolutely not. Like, a whole lot of, like, my interest in a lot of retro games, like, you'd be surprised to find are ones that... A number of the ones that stick with me these days are ones that came up, like, in the past, like, 5 to 10 years. Like, real weird niche stuff. Like, I didn't have an Xbox growing up, is the thing. I wanted one, and it was largely because, like, I had seen Ninja Gaiden 1 and Dead or Alive Ultimate, and I was, like, convinced that Team Ninja were, like, the coolest motherfuckers on the planet. But then eventually realized, oh wait, they were only the coolest because Itagaki was there leading the charge. So, like, yeah, for me it was like I wanted an Xbox because I saw it as the Team Ninja machine, and then later on I saw all the Sega stuff on here, and I was like, oh wait, this was basically this like the last gasp for that Dreamcast era, like, creativity. Yeah. All right, we gotta break the gate, which is actually a curtain. Don't mind it.
Fight. Here comes the boss.
Here comes the boss. All three of them. Unfortunately, no matter, like, how many videos I've seen of people, like, going through the arcade original, I don't think there's any way specifically to aggro only one of these bosses. They all come at you, and it's basically just a constant, like, chase. Yeah. Like, Like, it's the sort of thing where, like, I think some of their game design especially gets a bit underappreciated because a lot of it comes from, like, an arcade, like, point of view as far as design. Whereas, as opposed to Nintendo, which is, I feel like, for a lot of people, it's, like, the defining, like, console-centric, game design concept. Because like, I think about, like, some of the games they've made that are, like, console exclusive, like from Sega. Stuff like Nights into Dreams or Jet Set Radio, the original. You can look at those and see, like, how those, like, could easily have been fit into, like, an arcade cabinet. Because when you first play them, it's not doling out the concepts at you, like, at a pace that makes it feel like you're learning as you play, you know? It's more like they expect you to do a lot of replays once you understand the mechanics and use those to, like, get better results. Oh, there's the first time over. I should have been pacing out my kills and actually taking care of the bosses first.
Smart choice.
Yeah. Yeah, and like with the other examples I was giving, like Knights, I think is the perfect example because most people that expect that to be a pick up and play game, like, sure, like, it's pick up and play enough as far as just, like, flying around in that game, but no one their first time through actually knows how the hell the scoring system works. You know, they don't realize that it's basically like it's like a score attack game where you have to, like, do a lot of stunts in as many laps as possible before you cash in.
Watch yourself.
Oh, wow.
Clear.
Took me weeks of owning that game to figure it out how to work in. Yeah. Oh, well. That said, though, sometime in the future, I'm going to be getting a Saturn very soon, courtesy of, like, a coworker who had bought one from, like, Yahoo Auctions, like, last year. I'm hoping to get it for something like about $60, and once I do, I'll start making preps to get, like, another ODE for that. That way I can play all the Saturn games I want without having to, like, pay extra. And that includes Nights into Dreams. And Christmas Nights, the quintessential Christmas game.
Watch yourself.
Oh my god. Jeez, dude. Yeah. No, 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 no. Oh my god. Oh, they blocked me from getting, like, the life pickup. That is mean.
Smart choice.
Dude, just stop missing. Just stop whiffing the attacks, please. And this is also a way that you can tell that this was an arcade game, because even though these, like, goons, they do, like, you can eventually waste all of them, they respawn so often that it makes you think that they are, like, that they are infinite, and that's how they try and get you to take your chances with facing Belial. Okay. But I might as well. Yep. What? Ooh. But yeah. But before, obviously, getting, like, that Saturn stuff, obviously I got, like, Dreamcast games on the docket that I'm wanting to play, which I've currently got a poll set up on Twitter to see, like what people want to see me try first. So far, it's still tied between two games, but that may or may not change since, like, they've got until, like, late Sunday afternoon at least my time zone before it's over. But I think I got like a good idea of like what people might want me to play, because there's like I got like 4 Dreamcast like playthroughs lined up that I want to do. Oh my god, that is so brutal. Like the games in question that I mentioned last time were Headhunter, Elemental Gimmick Gear, Makin X, and Nappletale. You know, one of those is like a European-only release. The other is like a Japan-only release that got like an English translation patch like years ago. Went to go vote, hoping to help. You just tied it again. Oh my god! Wow. I'm guessing there's like an equal amount of people that really want to see me play Elemental Gimmick Gear as well as Headhunter. Oh well. Chances are I'll probably leave it to like a coin toss if it comes to that. Oh, this dude's playing chicken. I wanted to be definitive. Retweeting. Nice, thank you. Yeah. Just get all the eyes on it. Because, man, those games, like, they got some cool stuff. And now here he is. Here's Mikhail. Not Michael, Mikhail. It's pronounced Mikhail. Don't ask questions. And he's got a freaking katana. Oh my, yeah. And these dudes as well, even though they appear infinitely spawning, they do stop after a while. It just takes a while. You know how Germans love katanas? I mean, Russians. Yeah, that's a good point, because he does speak with like a cheesy Russian accent in like the game's story mode. It's a Sega game, so if you were wondering if like the English voice acting was somehow like atrocious in a funny way, yes. Yes, it absolutely is. There's also a character in this game that's voiced by Christopher Sabat. Yeah. And not only that, maybe you've not been noticing, but the announcer, every time he pops up with like, life's up, here comes the boss, bingo, etc. That is also Chris Sabat. Yeah, motherfucking Vegeta and Piccolo of Dragon Ball Z fame. Yeah, it's funny looking back. I feel like outside of stuff that is explicitly Dragon Ball, I don't see anything of like Christopher Sabat doing like any other like voice acting in video games. Because I feel like there was like a good period where he was actively doing that in the mid-2000s. Like, he voices Captain Rush in Time Crisis 4. He also voices Run This in Metroid Prime 3. Goku got around. No, that's Sean Schimmel. That's no. Goku got around. Vegeta, not so much. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I'd have to double check, but I guess it wouldn't surprise me if Sean does get around more as far as like different voice credits these days. But yeah, it was like mid to late 2000s. It absolutely felt like Chris was putting in a lot of work to get his like name elsewhere. You know, not showing that he had more than just playing Vegeta and Piccolo. Okay, come on. Oh my god. Yeah, I gotta run. Get out of there! What are you doing? What are you... Oh my god! Needed to grind the anime circuit more? I guess so. Oh man. I was trying to like get back down here, but... Oh wow. Okay, those invisible walls are some mad BS right there. Because I was trying to get down so that I could go to like a spot where there's straight up some... where you could get like some extra like health items. But they wouldn't let me. Yeah, I'm just not that good with Jackal. He's not exactly my style. To the point where I feel like I would have like a better time playing Spike Jr. again. Because like Jackal and Jr. are like still have like some key similarities. At least Jr. has the benefit of like that really good like special grab that I was talking about. Oh man, I needed a running jump for that. That sucks. Let's pick this up. Full heal, thank you, and... Whew! That was some DKC physics just jumping out of midair like that. Oh my god. Refilled on life. Thank you. And... Alright, now it's... Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, he fights more like you do because he has like those back throws if you let him. Hold on. Let's actually see if I can line this up. Oh no, oh no, oh no, come on. Yeah! That's the way you finish it. Oh. God. Yeah. And that's it. That's how Battle Street mode ends. As always, there's no credits, which is kind of a shame, because this really does feel like... No joke, this is the real mode of the game. I know there's a story mode. I played through it back in December. I, like, could not beat any of the stages except for one. Yeah, like that, again, it's like, it's minor details like that, which is why Spikeout Final Edition, the arcade game, is like, why it's better than this. The only problem is I can't stream Final Edition because of it being like an issue, like I guess with something on my laptop's end, I can't get OBS to actually like record the game in emulator because obviously I don't have an arcade board. I don't have the money to flaunt on that kind of thing. So the best I have is like a Model 3 arcade emulator. I need to see Reagan offer to buy us burgers. Oh, God. Yeah. But it's like I can only play that game in full screen, which OBS can't detect. And if I try and record it in like a window, like it doesn't even render properly in a window. It's the weirdest thing. Like, the only chance I have of being able to stream Final Edition is if I get like a new computer that doesn't have these issues. But again, that requires money. So, yeah, that's Jackal done. Rankings so far between these three. Minhwa is at the top, Spike Jr., and then Jackal. I'm pretty sure it's like if you're really good at like spacing and like aggroing specific enemies, Jackal is totally fine. Stream the jank video edition. Seriously, you wouldn't want that. It's literally like unviewable. Like, I don't know how to describe it. I mean, like, hold on, let me check my sources. Do I even have... Alright, you know what? Because it is currently being requested, I'm gonna load something up just quickly. Hold on. Let me first mute that. Let's see. Okay, windowed. All right. You're going to see why I am saying no to this. As much as I would like to still be able to do it, but I just can't. Hold on. Yeah. Look at that. Obviously, it's not resized properly. Let me fix that. Yeah. Yeah, seriously, this is what I'm talking about. This is what it looks like when I run it, like, in windowed mode. It doesn't look like this in full screen. And OBS refuses to, like, do full screen game capture of anything. I want to say, like, prior to DirectX 9 or something like that. It's the weirdest thing. I have no idea why it's like this. It's just, it's so terrible. Yeah. So yeah, there's your reason right there. The game is GNU only. Whatever you want to call it, man. Just, Let's end this on a positive note by actually showing what I'm talking about with my favorite character of this game thus far. So here she is. Here's Minhwa. She's literally half the height of this hulk of a man. Yeah, she's tiny. But also, see if you recognize this move. She's got that. And that. That double jumping kick move is absolutely what Akira has. And the coup de grace. Junin hayan dayo! That said, though, like, this training mode's interesting, but I've learned to, like, stop using it after a while because of, like, a very major problem it has. Turning Mountain their ass, Tiger Drop, yeah. But the thing is that, you can, like, do things with, like, change the character of the CPU, but it's weirdly limited. You only get a selection of, like, 12 of the 50 or so bosses that the game has, but you don't get to choose any of, like, the normal enemies. Which is where, the normal enemies is where you're actually able to do a lot of the, interesting combo stuff. Because one thing you've seen me do is that I do this move, jump plus beat. Actually, hold on, let me put up the display. Yeah, B plus J. Yes, BJ, that's what it says. Go ahead and laugh. Yeah, you do that, and it's like that jump attack, and oh god. Now I'm actually thinking about, yeah, the lock-on ranges across characters are different for these attacks. Hers is 100% longer reach than Jackal's ever was. BJ Blazkowicz. Yeah, there we go. So, one thing I was always doing was I did this combination, and when I was in the animation, I would hold the charge button to get to level 3. Because that move, if you do it on an enemy that is off the ground, it actually juggles them, and is more efficient than the level 2 charge because it juggles enemies from the ground, but it has lengthy recovery. When I do that on normal enemies, it keeps them juggled, and then I can do like a regular combo like that. Except, like, if I try and do it on any of these bosses... Okay, no, that was a level 2. That wasn't quite right. I didn't hold for long enough. Yeah, it's like... Yeah, just like the beat plus jump attack would be enough to knock them to the ground, but bosses are still on their feet when they do it. So you have to rely on, like, different types of combos, which I feel really becomes limited to if you can get them into a corner, that's the best chance you got. Yeah, look at that! Look at that! You see that right there? I didn't even plan for that. It just happened naturally because that's how good her moves are for sustaining a combo. God, I love this game. Oh, Spikeout's the best. it's not the best version of it, naturally. I feel like it would be, like, second best, I suppose. Final Edition is still where it's at, ultimately. It's a shame that I can't record it. And I kind of have to deal with, like... Because seriously, if you look up Spikeout, like the original arcade game, it's the same levels, you'll notice, but you'll also recognize that there is a much more vibrant, like, color palette in that game compared to here. This game, back in, like, 2005, they really, like... I would say it's a victim of it, but it doesn't really, like, get in the way of, like, the core gameplay. So I kind of am, like, able to ignore it. But, like, this was 2005. This was, like, in the very few years after GTA 3 took off. And, like, if you remember, like, the various games that came out that were, like, really trying to, like, sell, like, the hype or, like, fetishize the idea of, like, urban gangs and, like, crime and things like that, and they tried to infuse that with this game, but it just ends up making it even more goofy. I guess it still manages to be more true to, like, its beat 'em up roots, if anything. It just kind of has a more drab color palette, which I wish was not the case. Oh, all right. We all like the cheese. We all like the cheese when it comes to Sega games. Alright. That's gonna call it. Pretty much everything that's planned for, like, next week's streams. Yeah, they try to appeal to the Americans. Yeah, but it's the weirdest thing how they appeal to it, because I feel like, by comparison, you look at how Capcom approached it, and they were like... they gave Final Fight to, like, an American studio, and that's how we ended up with the Drek that was Streetwise. This was like, they tried to, like, tap into that energy, but they still had the decency to give it to a developer that knew how to make a Spikeout game. Streetwise is so funny. Yeah, there's definitely some humor to it, even though it's not especially fun to play as far as beat 'em ups go. Though it's also reminding me, as far as other games of this style, I have been recommended this by at least, I can count 2 people that keep bringing it up to me. But a game called Beatdown Fists of Vengeance is something that I feel like I may or may not have to look into in the near future. As far as, like, real schlocky, like, hood urban gang, like, video games from this era. The title alone makes you have to. I mean, the fact that it was made by Cavia, like, that alone is interesting enough. Those dudes knew how to make experiences that just hated you, the player, and everything you stood for. It's just, oh man. Yeah, that game must be like a wild ride or something. But that's not going to be for a while. Like, obviously, next week, how it's all planned, whatever the results of that poll is going to be, I will be starting my next main playthrough of a game on the Dreamcast between one of those 4, which will more than likely be one of 2. Probably either Elemental Gimmick Gear or Headhunter. And then, obviously, like, next Saturday Night Spikeout will continue with Fiona being the next character, which, actually, I'm gonna give, like, a quick preview, just to show what I'm talking about how, even though these characters, they all have, like, the same core moves with, like, the same inputs, the attack animations and properties are different. So here's what I'm talking about when I say that, like, her main attack string is all kicks. And then this is her charge combo. Yeah. In fact... Ow. Yeah, her jumping light kick is definitely not as good as Minwa's, or I didn't, like, time it correctly. Oh. Yeah. Oh, wow, but that sweep actually does a lot. I think that sweep might be better than Minwa's. Hold on, let me try something again. Yeah. Yeah, that's still real good. She has the moveset of a secretary bird. Almost, Ionic. Yeah! Yeah, like good old Ayane from Dead or Alive. My favorite character to play in DOA, even if she's not my favorite personality-wise. Which, speaking of Ayane and all those spins. Yeah. I imagine she'll be a fun time. Next week, she'll prove her worth. Oh, you don't like mean cardboard? No, I do not. Especially when, like, it's mean cardboard written by people who were not Itagaki. Because I feel like even he showed a bit more strength than, like, what they made that character into after he left. Just because it's like, oh, man. I don't know if you've all played Dead or Alive Dimensions. But, like, wow, that's, like, it's the sort of thing where I looked back. What character? Ayane from Dead or Alive. The ninja with the purple hair. And, like, a lot of spinny moves. But yeah, it's weird, like, they made her character, like, be even more, like, real bitchy. But also, like, that game has, like, a surprisingly huge amount of, like, soap opera bitch slaps, as I call them, because, oh, God. Yeah, it's the sort of thing where you see it in action and you start to wonder if the people at Team Ninja actually respect women or not. Because it happens to, I'm pretty sure, God, what was it? Yeah, I think Kasumi only gets it once and Ayane gets it like 3 times. I saw Metroid no, that's, to be fair, no, that's entirely Sakamoto's fault. Like, we all know how that game went down. That was entirely, like, Sakamoto had, like, told him, like, what he wanted it to be, and just Team Ninja did all the grunt work. Hold on. Yeah, alright. Oh. Okay, I think that's it. I think, like, my silence was me kind of, like, losing track of what I wanted to say, because it was caught between, like, doing combos as Fiona, as well as trying to, like, go on my usual tirades about how Team Ninja, like, had, meant something when Itagaki was at the helm, but I digress. That's enough now. Alright. Thanks for tuning in for this. God, I'm still baffled by just, like, how much I got my shit kicked in on the Shipyard and Imperial Opera. Yeah. You're welcome. It always means a lot to have people like even like 1 or 2 people just like come in. Even most of the time, if they're just lurking, if I at least like know that people are watching and getting a kick out of me doing these type of games, it's always you know, it always makes it feel rewarding. It's the small victories that count. Okay. I'm going to cool off, wipe off the sweat because man, it's getting hot in here, and I've not even been moving in my chair much. That's what happens when you get really into these kind of games. Then we'll see the results of the poll tomorrow. I know nothing about this game or Dead or Alive, but it was fun learning. Yeah, I think that's actually the best thing I hope to do with these streams, just because I play so many of these type of games in such a wide variety and kind of absorb a lot of bizarre trivia and knowledge that it feels good to like kind of impart some of that trivia on others. You know, little details that most people might, I regret retweeting it because my choice is losing. Oh no! Well, I'll definitely have to pull it up after the stream then. In that case, good night. You all, yeah. Rip to Gata, not rip to me, because whichever of the 4 win, that's honestly going to be totally fine, I think. You know? Except maybe Elemental Gimmick Gear. I'm not entirely sure, because I think that might be the longest of all the games. Who knows? But it's still guaranteed to be fun from what I've seen. Alright. I've done enough backtracking from like closing out the stream just to kind of answer. Tossing Mac and X, nice, cool. You do that. All right. You all take care. Later. Peace.